one is I'll start cutting this corners, just round them up. The rest of it, and yeah, I will start going at it with. Yeah, I just polish this a little bit, and I actually shorten my tubes a little bit. Pretty good, really tight. So yeah, I could go a little bit further with polishing, but I like finish. I have to say those bars on the wall, and yeah, that should do it. Thank you so much for visiting Riders United YouTube channel. And in today's episode, I would like to show you how you can build a really nice tour pack mount that will help you to save some space in your garage. So please stick around and I will show you what I got. Here we go. So here is everything required in order to put this tour pack rack together. I have a 1/4 inch aluminum pipe. I have this rod with the thread on it. I bought these pieces of aluminum. They are 8 inches long, so I bought them from Amazon for about like 12 bucks. I have the hammer, I have punch to mark all the holes that I will be drilling, and yeah, I have all these measuring tools for nuts. I have the Dremel for cutting the rod in here, and as well as this pipe and drill bits, drill. So I will show you how I will do everything, and I actually mark some of the points where I will be like drilling the holes. So those are like 150 millimeters apart, but I will provide like further details how far everything is as far as like drilling. So yeah, my next step will be just organizing everything on the table, just punching the marks with the punch, making sure that everything is properly aligned. Then I'm gonna drill the holes, and yeah, I will put all this together. So I mean, my idea is to create like the nicest tour pack rack that I've seen on the internet, so we'll see if that will work out. But yeah, this is what I'm starting with. I have to say, as far as cost, that was 20 bucks. The aluminum tubing was about 12 bucks. This one was about 4 bucks. So we are talking about probably like 50-60 bucks, maybe with the screws. And yeah, the rest of it is just tools. So let me just clean the desk and we'll start from there. So the first step will be to basically measure the holes. I already did some measurements. It looks like this hole and this hole, they are about like 150 millimeters apart. This one have to be a little bit lower. So let's just measure this one just for your reference. So this one is about 17.5 millimeters from the top. This one is a little bit closer, and this one is about 11.5 millimeters. And yeah, I try to space them evenly on both sides. And right now I will mark these holes. Those will be the mounting holes that I will use for installing the rack on the wall. So I basically draw the line, and I'm gonna just punch this mark in here, making sure that everything is nicely aligned and at the same distance. So that's the first one, and this will be the second one. All right, and what I plan to do, I actually plan to connect those two together and make sure that I will drill everything consistently. So yeah, that should make things a little bit easier for me as well. Those are our wall mounting holes, and those are our rod holes. So yeah, what I'm gonna do right now, I will connect those two profiles together, and I will drill the holes one more time just to make sure that everything is nice and consistent on both sides. Just double check that the screws will go through. Yeah, as you can see, it will go through really nicely, so this is good. Now I will connect those brackets on this side so I can start drilling the holes that will be holding the rods. I'm gonna use the same drill to just drill those holes a little bit bigger, and later on I will figure it out the final size for those openings. So let's measure our rod that will go through those holes, just so we can drill the proper size. And this one is 9 millimeters, 0.09. So let's choose the drill that will be similar size. Let's check it out. We'll make sure that this goes through. Yeah, it's really tight fit, which is actually good. Perfect. That came up really nice. Yes, as you can see, the holes, one is a little bit higher than the other one, but this is actually on purpose, just to make sure that you have enough clearance between the bottom of the bracket. So this is good, and those are the mounting holes. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna measure 15 inches, and this will give you plenty of clearance on both sides. Bike is about like 12 inches in between those points, maybe even closer. So we're gonna give ourselves extra space. So that will be the first rod, and we'll measure this one from the opposite side. And it's really important that they are exactly the same length, so we'll make sure that they are all good and they are even when we cut them. Make sure you have the safety glasses on. Here we go. So I'm gonna use the file. Like I said, this is really nice and soft material, so it will allow me to get these two rods exactly the same length and nice and even. As you can see, this is really nice and the same length on both sides. So yeah, this is good. This is 120 sandpaper grit, so I'm gonna just get these edges really nice and smooth. So now we'll do the mock-up of this setup really quickly, just to see how long this rod have to be. This is our screw that will be holding everything on this side. If you didn't have the chance to subscribe yet, please like and subscribe. I have the subscription icon on the right corner of your screen. I have over 300 different uploads on my channel, so I really hope that you will find something interesting for yourself, and maybe you can even share the good word about the channel with your fellow riders, which I will really appreciate. And if you hit the bell icon, you will get notification each time I release new video, so I really hope that you will enjoy that as well. And now I will mark this side to make sure I have enough clearance for everything. So I would say probably somewhere around here. Yeah, that should be probably fine. If something, it can be slightly even shorter, because yeah, I just tied this up all the way, so I will have some extra space if necessary. So right now we'll cut this metal rod in here, and then the same length from the opposite side, and yeah, we'll put it back together. We'll see how everything looks like, and if everything is good, then I can start working on finishing this little design. So here again, I'm gonna use my Dremel tool. So right now we're gonna cut the second rod. We can put this all together and see what's going on with this. So yeah, that will give you general idea what I try to achieve with this. So as you can see, it's pretty neat. So right now, the moment of truth. Let's see if our rack will fit on this. So here we go. Yeah, this is good. As you can see, everything is nice and it's holding properly. I will say, if I will have to do it one more time, I will probably put this rod slightly closer, maybe like 5 millimeter closer, but I mean this is actually good. You don't want to have this stuff that is too tight for this. So yeah, I actually love this. So this is how the rack will mount on this. I'm thinking maybe I should like shorten this a little bit, so it's maybe in here. Yeah, I might actually do that, but yeah, for now I think I will just leave it like that. And this one is not designed for backrest, but let's see if it will hold the backrest. I think that the backrest is a little bit different dimensions, so I'm just curious. So this is the backrest. Well, that actually might work. Yes, actually it will work. So yeah, it looks like this extra 5 millimeters that were maybe a little bit too much for this is actually perfect for this one. So yeah, I will say probably 150 millimeters is a good call. So just for your reference, the distance between this is about the 15 inches, and yeah, that looks pretty neat. And yeah, let me work on this a little bit more, and yeah, we'll see what we'll end up with. I really would like to have this edges rounded on each corner, so I will probably take the grinder, and unfortunately will have to give my neighbors a little bit of help with grinding this stuff. So yeah, I apologize for that, but sometimes you have to get stuff done. I will just use this big washer and kind of trace it how round I want this. Now I will take the Dremel again and start cutting these corners, just round them up really nicely with the file later on, and yeah, we'll keep working on it until it looks really nice and is the nicest rack on the internet. I will use this grinder, and I'm gonna basically smooth these edges after I cut them. So I use the tape to protect the rest of it, and yeah, I will start going at it. I actually like it, so I think we are getting closer with this whole thing. So this is what I ended up with. Yeah, I just polished this a little bit to make it look really nice. And right now what I will do, I will just put this all together, and I actually shorten my tubes a little bit, so I will show you like how long they are right now. So I shortened them to exactly 13 inches. So yeah, that was actually pretty good, really tight for the backrest. So maybe like 13 and a half. If you would like to replicate this stuff, I would recommend maybe like half of an inch longer, but yeah, this will work pretty good. And yeah, right now I'm gonna just put this all together. I think it looks really neat. So yeah, I could go a little bit further with polishing, but I think that will do it for me. I will have to just spend some more time sanding this stuff, and probably having a grinder with 3000 RPMs to polish this to like mirror-like finish. I have to say those bars came up really nice. So yeah, right now I can check where I would like to have it on the wall, and yeah, that should do it. I'm gonna drill the hole in the wall. I will use this anchor, and yeah, then I will attach this screw. I already measure my holes, and I make sure that I use the lever. So after you drill the holes, you will use this big screwdriver, and you will just screw them in. So just easy like that. They can hold about 50 pounds each, so we have 4 of those, so it should be more than enough for the tour pack. Just align this properly. So the bar that is sticking out further is on the top. So basically the backrest will be on this side and the rest of the tour pack will be on the bottom. Now the screws, we'll tie this up really nicely in the second. And here you go, this is your rack. I think it looks really nice and neat. So I really like how minimalistic it is. Just take like minimum space and looks pretty good, I think. So I thought I will show how this is gonna work with the rack from my bike. So make sure you align everything properly in here with the locks. Here you go, everything stays really nicely. And yeah, if I will have to do it again, I will probably bring this bar slightly closer. You still have like a lot of space in here, so probably like 5mm closer will be a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, this is going nowhere. I mean, yeah, this is the free play in here that is on purpose, but yeah, it's engaging really nicely, so this is all pretty good. I'm happy with it. So this is how you will mount the tour pack. You will put this upper bracket on and then just align those hinges, allow to lock it, and that's basically it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this quick episode, and I'm always curious about your opinion, so please place the comment below, because I'm curious about what you have to say about this, and maybe this video will inspire you to build your own version of this mount. I have to say I really enjoyed mine, and I really hope that it will be helpful for somebody. And as always, please like and subscribe. You have the subscription icon on the right corner of your screen. And as always, I would like to say thank you so much for being here with us, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much and ride safe. Bye bye.